And
thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in each and every day, and we'll do the same without wasting a single second of your time. Bada bing, bada boom, we go into the charts. So yesterday after the live, we were talking about ABC to the downside, and boom, we got one. And after off the stream with some of the members of the Momentum Master crew, we were catching this bottom at the bottom here, just to show you a little bit of what was going on down on the bottoms here. We were catching that bottom at 721, and with the money bag right there. And let's go see what that bottom actually was at 721. Was it? Oh, what do you know? It was right around there, 721. And the timestamp for that, we did a long position at 714, 5 contracts into that. It hit all the targets and stopped in profit. So it doesn't just happen after the live. I've decided, in order to make some recap videos, which I haven't had time to do as of this week, I will stop the live stream to focus on making recaps and clips that I can do stuff of, and do some sort of recaps using the clips that of the trades and how they were set up in more detail. So yeah, let's go see let's reset this and set ourselves to the hour of power for the live. We have basically from here, so we hit a zone up here into the golden pocket, wicked off that liquidity. Ultimately, we're in a downtrend here as we basically hold this 236 level. What 236 are we talking about here? Well, you had this impulse retrace to the downside. The 236 entry model had you at hello. We came back down to that 2 level. That seems to be where we double bottomed off of, and now we're coming back up to that 1 region and wicking back down into this golden pocket of the possible distribution into a deeper retrace lower. Who knows? Keep making lower highs and lower lows and lower highs and lower lows. So as the DXY also taking a little bit of a double bottom, went into the liquidity down below here, swept that liquidity, and now could possibly be coming up to this gap here, to this region up here. If it does that, then you could be getting a little bit more of a retrace into the fair value gap here. This would take you down into the 786 region down in this zone. Let's go see if there's any kind of gaps down below, shall we? Although this time might be different. We might actually rip right through it. I think we already got the gaps for you right in that 786 pocket. So we'll see. We will see. Do we come down into those regions here? Looks like it could be tempting. We already wicked into these two. We could come back for the wick. There are many options, many things that could happen. I try not to create a daily bias. I've watched people do that and give back money only to lose because their bias was forcing them to see something that was not there, an apparition, a phantasm. Got to be coachable to the charts. You can't just say you're coachable. You got to be coachable. And I say that as much to me as I say that to you. Just map the zones in either direction of a point of interest and play the ping pong game of liquidity. Okay. Time to turn on the momentum. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go ahead and turn on the lights. Turn on the lights of Momentum Master Light. What is this little bit of happiness? Well, the link is in the description for more. MomentumMaster.info. Scroll down to the features, toggle at your leisure, read about the things that we use, like the trend cloud, the baselines, stochastic array, occasionally with those rockets that did take off the other day. We didn't even have time to make a recap about that, so that's the thing I want to have more time to do. Make recaps about these awesome plays that get lost to Father Time and also into the stream, because nobody actually is watching, and who wants to watch a 2-hour stream after the fact? So that is kind of a case in point about why streaming for 2 hours to nobody is kind of a moot point. It's kind of a moot point. We gave it a try, but it's basically screaming into the abyss. Where did my CapCut thing go? I downloaded CapCut. Why did it not? CapCut, there we go. So we're working on one video right now, trying to piece together something about the 3 pillars of trading and how patterns aren't real. They're inducement traps for liquidity, which is why beware of people, snake oil salesmen in suits and ties, claiming gains on gains on gains, because they are living off your gains, that's all. They're ill-gotten gains. Alright, so hey, what's up, Rainier? Fancy seeing you here. Let's go into the Renko noise reduction system here. You do have an attempt at a possible bounce zone after that low pullback consolidation rip. So far inducing -2 in sell side after we had 2 days of buy side inducement. So ripping back into the sell side seems to be the idea here. We're getting a session imbalance of 2K. Let's go ahead and zoom out on the ATAS here. So far, no bullish divergence on that. You did have bullish divergence here. Let me show you. So you had a trend line where you're making a lower low on price action, and yet the delta was making a higher low on the sell side. So it started to reverse off that sell side liquidity. Right now we're inducing more sell side. We have 3K imbalance to the sell side liquidity zone. So we could be ripping lower. We got about 15 minutes till the open. Value area high 791, point of control at 754. Value area low 737, point of control 754. So we could come back to the pivot low at 705 and double bottom. There's a lot of liquidity zones down here. Ultimately bearish on the 32 bar. Let me go ahead and refresh this just to make sure everything is loaded properly. Same with here. Today is Wednesday, October 25th. Essentially, we have we gone anywhere really? Not really. I mean, we're just kind of trading between two ranges here. I mean, we did rip it up on Monday off that double bottom rocket ship, and then Tuesday we pre-market pumped and then dumped into that, and then shifted up to continue as they induced more shorts. Now we're giving a genuine kind of slow drip pullback idea. So they're getting everybody bullish on these zones here and then ripping into them, creating that sell side. And then they get some like longs, but it doesn't stick, and then they rip back into the sell side. So this is what's creating the session delta. The session delta is negative sell side because they're trying to get the bulls to get the interest generated to enter, and then they just eat into them. So nobody seems to be, if there's negative sell side generated, that means that there's less people shorting and more people longing, and so their sell stops are more abundant alongside the real sellers who are taking profit. Okay, so 4-minute getting some indecision throughout, but ultimately possibly rejecting off this trend dot here. Ideally, you'd want to catch this cross down event up here for the short idea pre-market. We were getting off from work and talking with the fam, and I was researching about how to use cap cut. So we'll see. Gotta do it yourself. Shout out to everyone here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah, rejecting off of this, the bearish super trend on your side. You got basically, if you were to flip this upside down, you got these cloud bounce ideas for continuation. Basically everything is bearish except the 16 bar here on the Renko. The settlement line is at 846 for today, coming back to that 846 region and possibly rejecting off of it could be an interesting idea to look at. 846 would take you up to here. Yesterday we saw that come down to that at the 712 region. This is why we're looking at the idea of a long as well. That settlement region was it. So are we going to get that same settlement hit at 846? Eight minutes until the open. Oh, heads up displays not on. Boom. I will still be streaming the Asian session for that Bitcoin update that we always do, but I will just knock out the double stream from next week and keep it within the Momentum Master group. And then I'll hit record buttons on my stream deck of trade setups and go over what I'm looking at in the moment and splice them together. People's attention spans are too short to stay on a 2-hour stream unless they've been indoctrinated into a cult or something. 5 minutes. Let's purge the emotions from now. Purging the emotions. And sending them, the via ones, to those who deserve it. All right. The beautiful thing about reality, in a sense, is that it's all a mirror, right? So it just kind of mirrors your internal reflection outwardly. And I mean, there's definitely a demonic essence to the world. Some Gnostics, like Plato, calls it the demiurge. And this demiurge is kind of like a great artificer which creates the universe, but is not the actual God. It's like a demon that conjures up this material world from chaotic energy, so it's ultimately imperfect, so it wants you to worship the imperfection. It's an interesting concept. I had a comic book idea that I was writing a while ago called the Demiurge. That's why my name is Illuminated Nothing and all that stuff. It's a fascinating concept, but basically everything is like an image boiled down. Jungian psychology calls it the depth psychology of the image. The image at base form is just an image. All right. So if you can essentially bend reality. It's malleable in a sense, but there's other forces. There's the conscious, the subconscious, the unconscious, and the superconscious, and then there's other entities that intermingle. There's one time I saw how the substream of dreams interconnect and how it's interwoven, but that's for another time. Starting to get this cross up. Yesterday we got this like kind of long idea percolating into the open, and it just played out with no hesitation. We missed it, but we don't really play the opens. Possibly getting a little bit of a bounce here. Let's go see what Atas has to say for itself. 3,000 in sell side imbalance for the session. You're just generating more sell imbalance. They're hitting the stop. They're hitting the stops of somebody, and using the buyers that enter here into their demise. And everyone's vying for, like, I don't know, everyone wants the sight, if you will. They want the insight, the hindsight, and the foresight of thought at their driving force, you know? And some days you have it, and some days you don't. It's all about focus. Focusing the locus so you can do hocus pocus. So this is just straight drift to the downside here. Coming back to a low region. Let's just mark it off just to see what it does as a reaction at that point. You got another one here. And 43 seconds. Let's go see what is up. We have yet to take a trade for the day. I have literally not looked at the charts at all. Let's go do a retracement on this, shall we? We didn't do a retrace. So we're going, so there were some 786 players that are probably getting wrecked right now. And we're open. Let's go see what the contracts are looking like. Hitting some stops, hit 112 there in sell side at the bottom. Going lower, hit another 105, 129. Oof. Talk about getting destroyed. $207 sell stops hit at 715. That was some juicy target. Now 4,000 sell side imbalance here. They're just straight ripping it to the downside. Making lower lows. Some more contracts got exploded there. Some more, 100. Massive drop. So we have a daily support region from long ago that is down below at 637. Some other fib levels down here. Getting a purple vector here, which is a stopping volume as of this moment, but I'm not interested. Getting 500 buys induced here. Some buyers at 688. Becoming more rocket fuel to the downside to offset these sells here. Unless they know something we don't about this level. They probably want to layer it with more buys here. Let's go see what it's doing. Turning to a red vector here. I'm just expecting it to go a little bit lower here on this buy pool that was induced here, 531. I have no idea, but we'll see. Yep, rip. Keep going. Go stop out some of that 500. Go accelerate a little bit more. There you go. A little bit more acceleration, please. Thank you. Good. Trend is your friend until the end. And they're taking that buy, that group of longs, that 500 longs for a ride. I don't know what that 500 in contracts was thinking, but might just fill the entire 100 ticks of our runner here. Yep. So that was a 3-pack, $100. Yep. So let's go see what is going on here. That was just straight downtrend momentum right there. I watched it turn into a red vector. I was like, this is not done by any means. And when I saw that 500, I'm gonna just post that for anyone that cares. Let's see, where is that ATOS level? So we are seeing this guy induced here. No. That was an ATOS play right there. Getting better at reading how they reject the liquidity slightly. So they stopped out 6,000 imbalance in sell side liquidity. That means they're stopping out a massive amount after their 8,000 run up, 8,000 contract run up. It's just so fast how it rips down. You know, when it builds up, it does this whole long all day thing, and then it just gives it all back in like 2 minutes. Nothing like a good dump. Not at a level I'd like to long personally. This is a stochastic pop. Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies. Turning to a purple candle. Purple vector. Shout out to everyone here. First trade is good for the day. We're up $100. We're gonna just take it easy. Not in any rush to enter anything. That was a nice smooth 100 ticker. And then when I'm off stream and I can do this, I can hit the record button when I enter the trade, and then I'll be able to edit it because it'll be streaming like this, so I can be like talking about my play, and then I can cut the fat. You know, no one wants to watch a 2-hour stream, let's be real. So I'll just record the clips and then put them together in a short, and then just do the recap. You know, we'll do it live. You know, the live thing I've proven I can do. It's not a big deal, and I'm not worried about it, but just got to utilize my time more wisely. Time management. I don't have a crew that I can you know, I can tell what to do. Like, I wouldn't do that anyway, but you know, I don't have like a crew to do that. 3 vectors of red vector candles. So do we get a continuation vector into this region? This is a daily support structure with a lot of wickage, and we got some fair value gaps down below. Are we front running that daily support? I would like to see some more inducement and then stab it down one more time and create some divergence. Let's go see what contracts are being induced here. So that 500 character. By the way, ATOS, you can try the 14-day free trial. Link is in the description. Also, Apex 90% sale. Get your 90% off evals coupon code in the description, as well as my affiliate link if you don't mind to be so kind as to click it and apply that code. They're ultra cheap right now until November 7th. Still getting a lot of buys in here. overall negative sell side imbalance here as they rip it lower, but retrace stochastic pop on the shorts that are in profit. They hit a juicy target right there. That 206 was hurting. They popped their account.
Fatality.
And then they dollar cost average some more longs and then take them for another hit. So they give them some false hope and they say no. And that's what the B wave is. The B wave is the trap into a C, into a C, into a C. It's like a it's this good old hammer fisting the longs right now. Okay. So we still have some zones down here on the 8 bar that we can come back to. It's nice. I mean, it's not the good old, there's nothing wrong with the good old dump. Everything does it, even your cells poop. Even stars poop. We are technically star poop. The stars died and created all the matter in the galaxy, and that is you and me. We are stardust, better known as star poop. So everything has to let it out sometimes. Shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without, come on. And we're getting a little bit of the bully D as they go into the liquidity. Is that liquidity what it is? We're getting some buys here, not sells hit. And you're coming back into that support level we were talking about. Do we get a little bit of a bounce here? Stochastic pop-a-roo. I'll take it. Why not? Stochastic pop for the win. I don't know. Off the daily support level that I had marked prior for many, many days. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I have no idea. Turning to a purple vector. It's not holding. It's gonna stop us out for a measly 66 bucks, perhaps. Yep. Yep. Oh well. Gave back a little bit of that nice run down. Not done just yet. Still too many blues. They gotta hit some more sell side. How's everyone doing out there? Hopefully in a good mood, good spirits, good trades. That hit a juicy amount. Let's go see. Coming into that 706. Fair value gap at 582. That's pretty. It looks close here, but that's. $303 sell side taken back there in that dip. Retrace into the 706. Less volume coming down here. I think I hear my son crying actually. He wants me to put him to bed. He wants to sleep in the living room with me for some reason, but it's cute. But then he wakes up and he's like, "Where are you, Papa?" $706. Can we be patient until the 786? Are we going to come back down to it? Still getting a lot of buys here as the sells either peel off in profit and or induce more rocket fuel to the downside. Not really seeing so many sells hit. 400 buy side taken back here. How genuine of a move can it be? How genuine of a move can it be? Some sells entered there, so if they jump, these are shorts. If it holds 619, it could take those shorts for a ride. We'll take it. 130 sells. Let's see if it does it a little justice to them. No. Just a little bit of a pop is all I'm looking for. Snap, crackle, prop, Rice Krispies. Off this 133, late shorting group. All depends on the buyers. Too many buyers will dead weight it. Looks like they're giving the sell side up. Nope. Rip the dream. All right, trying to catch the falling knife, gave it all back, so we gave back all 100 bucks so far, but it's all good in the hood. I'm just trying to get in that pocket of understanding what the price action is doing. Coming back to that 786, still just getting bear hammers to the downside here. Rip. Getting some sells induced your break even on the candle here. So they're inducing some shorts here and stuttering. I'd like to see it kind of rip up a little bit. Getting some bullish divergence. We're just going to post this idea. Ultimately, we're not at a key level just yet, but either way, let's post it. All right. All right, move a little bit up further, hit my take profit on those would be nice for at least a little bit. Come on. There we go. Winning trade. And I believe that paid for the loss right there. So we are now up. It's gonna retrace, kick me out. But we are up 170 bucks. So we were down 170, now up 170, just like that. Every trade is not connected to the next. You gotta let it go. Not be afraid. So I was seeing a lot of purple in here, and they were sputtering as they went into that purple. So I'm gonna take a picture of that just to remind myself. Oops, I don't want a full screen, I just want this. So that was, I believe, 2 for 5, maybe? But they were massive, so that's why it paid for the loss. Do we get a little bit of a pullback, or is it just gonna rip back up to that settlement line like yesterday? Getting a lot of buy sides. This sells getting hit here at the super trend as they cash out their shorts and or induce some longs. So you could get a little bit of a pullback again as it drifts back into the possible rejection of the super trend here. Hourly close in 4 minutes. And we got that indecision on the four-minute. Anyone take any nice trades? I hope so. Could get a little bit of a pullback here. Slight for one more stab to the downside, or at least double bottom. When you get a fresh candle, you can juxtapose the sells with the previous buys and assume who's getting sell side hit on their longs, for example, or entering shorts and where they bounce off it. It's fascinating. The more you look at it, the more you get to know the idiosyncratic nature of the liquidity. Broke the super trend on the 30-second. Hitting the adaptive on the 1 minute. Some shorts shorting up here at 92 contracts. Are they correct in their assumption? Right now, not seeing so many buys hit or induced yet. Could just keep drifting, becoming the rejection wick of an hourly sell-off on the hourly candle, closing in 44 seconds. Then it can go back down for a tweezer bottom. Hey, I said the double bottom, so I had to take my own advice. There we go. Did it pay me? What happened? That was so instantaneous. Either way, we're up 200 bucks. All right. We're talking about that rip. Nothing more amazing than instantaneous profits. All right, so we're coming back to the cloud. This is the cloud kiss idea of the 30-second. I'd love to see it come into a zone that is actually noteworthy on the fibs and then reject off that if it is a actual long potential. This ripping through it like butter. That's why we wait for the reaction. We don't limit order anything, because then you get taken for a ride. What reaction? Hit some 600. Ooh, there's a nice reaction. Oh no. There we go. No, not like this, not like this. Point of control at 620. Do we hold the 620 and rip? It happens to be the 786 level. We're just gonna post it anyway. It's gonna either hold or it's not gonna hold. That's what it is. Do we hold it or not? Looks like we are not. There's little to no reaction. They're going for the sell stops on this. Don't give me a full stop, please. Thank you. Coming back above. Point of control, which is also the 786. We're getting some confluence here. I'd like to see it come rip up, please. Not too many buys, please. Lovely. Oh, did we hit the button? We did. So I think we're 4 for 6 now. It just needs to, no, don't go back, yeah. Keep going, hey, don't be shy, come on. I know there's lots of minis players, but there's lots of mini players on both sides, you know. Go stop, go get the, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Boom. And that was a short trade. Gave us a little bit of a heat for a minute. Now up 380 bucks for today across multiple accounts. $786 for the win. That's this entry model here. I'll show you. You can pause the video at this time. Hold on. Boop, 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 boop. This thing pulls back, break a structure, pulls back, and then you get that 706. After a liquidity grab, you can take that checklist to the bank. Most times anyway. Nothing is guaranteed at all. The only thing that's guaranteed is that you will cease to be one day. At least in this form. Bounce out the cloud. Do I want to re-enter lightly? enter lightly. It's a lot of bear momentum too. We haven't even hit the super trend on the 1 minute yet. We haven't even hit it once, but we're holding that 30-second cloud. I don't know. I don't know. Lucy, you got some splaining to do. Let me go ahead and refresh this because the angle's all off. Yeah, I mean, technically, double toppers anonymous, I don't know. But we're holding that cloud and it's starting to shift on the 30-second. We could come back to that 786 fair value gap down below here, and this could be a fake out dollar cost average bounce for the longs, which is why we're flat by default, so we don't have a bias. Looks like that's the case as of this moment in time, but yep. And that's why it's just like a moment in time, a momentary gap in time, that 70 ticks that we took. But it's what you saw, and the confluence added up, and it's the cloud was shifting, so we took it. It was one of those things, those stochastic pops. And then sometimes they take it up even further. Got 5,000 in. We're going to take a wide one this time if it does present itself, and then we will let it percolate with 3 contracts with a wider stop and then eyeball it. Alright, we're coming back above the point of control, so we're just going to like play this widely and see how it plays. Let's go see how it works. We're coming back above the 886. This could have been a minis player stop out run. Maybe getting a D-wave percolation going. There we go. Coming back around, the cloud on the 1 minute also getting thin here. If we can pierce above it up to this bearish super trend, that would be nice. That would be probably my take profit at 47. Let's see. Yeah, that would be more than enough. I'm a frugal guy, don't ask for much. Nice, I'm liking it. Let's go. This is why we have the wider stop. Gotta be able to sense when the chop is over, perhaps. At least we're gonna move this up to break even, +1. we're already up on the day, so if it pays, we're up like, what, 380? We could just stop here, actually. But we're just gonna see what's up, because this is trade number 7, and it's basically 4 out of 7 now. That's correct. We had 3 beginning losses, but it was small. We sized up as we were getting in the groove. Okay, getting that cloud resistance. Burst through, please. I'd like to see it. Getting some chop and some money flow bullish divergence here. We're here for it. We are here for it. Rejecting off of that 200 SMA on the 8 bar, which is the 1650 SMA. Getting a lot of buys here, starting to pull back. No, fizzle, fizzle, fizzle out. Oh well. See all these buys up here? It's just like too many like greedy longs, and or I mean, this was the stop hunt, and then these were the greedy longs that they came back to. Too heavy. It was too heavy for them. Should have locked it in, not hoping for that like 100 tick play, but it was not a loss technically. And we're probably going lower on this. This is like the 3rd hit to this range. I'd be shocked if we did a 3rd bounce that actually sustained, but yep, looks like it's this higher time frame fatigue is going to kick in. How's everyone doing, by the way? Booyah! You're kind of trading in the sideways range at the moment, but just within this range. Buyers buying underneath the point of control, and it's rejecting the point of control. Is Is it going to reclaim the point of control here? And this is why they do this multiple times. They're like, is this the breakout? Is this the breakout? Is this the breakout? And they're trying to fatigue people and chop them up. And then they break out after everyone's already chopped to pieces. So you got to be patient and careful. Be careful. A lot of buys here at the point of control. Like this could fade. I'm going to take the fade here. Just based off of how many buys are too eager right now. And our cloud is kind of looking weak on the 30-second now. I don't really have congruence in other places, so I got to be careful here. But it's only 3 contracts, so we're just testing it a little bit. We'll eyeball it. We hit this that range way too many times. I'm just seeing this as like a burp. I don't know. Could be wrong. Rip. Rejection. Just not seeing any follow through. That was the pop, and we took that pop, we took that drop, and we took that pop again. Are we going to get another drop out of this range? You've hit this range too many times. It's getting weak. Cloud is also turning purple. I don't know. They went to like okay. Let's do it. Go to the fair value gap, my friends. Fair value gap for the win. 786 down here too. Wink, wink. A real 786 on a higher time frame. A higher time frame point of interest. There can be only one. Rip. Come on, reject that point of control and just rip it lower. Come on. I like that reversal. That was a very juicy reversal. Can it keep going? So they induced a fair amount of longs in here. If they can rip into it quickly and get it over with like a band-aid, that'd be nice for me. The microstructure is kind of shifting on the cloud here. The cloud is not really holding. You're beneath the cloud you'd have to have strength above the cloud. You got the bearish super trend intact, and we haven't really hit it once. I mean, we could come up and hit it, of course. You never know. That's the thing. You never know. You just see the same thing over and over again, and then you play the things that you've seen happen. And then you basically get... And when I see a lot of blue here, like a lot of buys and less purple, they're kind of building an inducement trap for the longs, but they're not really going anywhere. They're just taking them into profit slightly and then coming back after they trap some more. And I don't see so much purple. They're trying to offset the purple with the longs. I'm one of them, one of the purple guys that they're trying to offset, and then they rip beneath the point of control and take them for a sell side ride to the downside. Cloud and the momentum also insinuates that. However, you are getting kind of thin on the cloud here. No. Reclaiming the point of control. Thinning doesn't always mean reversal. It means expansion or reversal, so it all depends on whether it rejects off the cloud or maintains the cloud. 4 minute is indecision. This is straight barcoding on the 1 minute. 22 minutes into the hour, and we have gone nowhere fast. So they're basically keeping it even on the last 4 minutes, but there's a lot of buys up here that they're rejecting off of, and the sells, they're just keeping it even. 90 sell side entering here. If they give up their hand too much and they're like, oh no, we got to rip it, the sell side's onto us. We tipped our hand. Quick, run. Uh-oh. Well, I took that in the face. Well, I'm going to close it there. I'm not going to take the full 700. So I gave back $100 or so. No trade is connected to the last. Come on. So it was that 107 sell side they didn't like, and they took him up there. They're like, get off me. I was along for that dude's ride. They didn't like that guy. All right. Point of control broken. Let's go. Let's go. Hit my actual 100 ticks and give it back. Give back what you took and then some. Thank you. Thank you very much. So our theory was right. It's just, you know, I don't want to like take a full stop in the face generally. And you can always make it back because no trade is connected to the next, you know what I mean? You just gotta stay chill and copacetic. And this is why we don't need a daily bias. You could play this chop. You just gotta be able to read the momentum and read the liquidity and read the math. 3 pillars. And that's the video, the short we're gonna drop on the social medias. This thing we're gonna work on kind of this, talking about the 3 pillars of trading. Don't need patterns, don't need cup and handles, don't need any of that stuff. Don't need to upsell people for some mentorship. Don't need any of that stuff. It's gonna stop me out here. Yep. Alright, well, we made it back and then some, so we're good. Came and swept about 600 contracts up.
Fatality.
And that's what happens in the game of trading. If it goes somewhere and doesn't appear to have any strength, then it's going the opposite way. Now we're at the value area low at 598. Let's go see what that zone is. Did we hit the 786? Not just yet. And this cloud was kind of a thing when we were not making candles close above it. Gotta have the cloud on your side for a long, my friends. Cloud on your side. Looking at momentummaster.info with the trend cloud, a volume weighted cloud formula expanding and contracting according to the amount of volume present, and then also it being with the price beneath it is bearish. You got the bearish super trend, you got this holy trinity of momentum trading. And then this could be your fair value gap recovery silver bullet idea at 619. If you come up to it and reject off this cloud, you kiss the cloud for one bass goodbye. Then you could come back for that low hanging fruit play down into that fair value gap level, an ABC if you will, to the downside. You never know, you never know. Oh wow, it's the Undertaker. The Undertaker, rising from the grave. Is this the bearish retest? Oh, something different. My lords, we must know. It looks like it's reclaiming the cloud, Messiah. Is it going to go long? Is this a reversal? Dare I say it? Back above the point of control? It looks like it has momentum. This is a market structure shift. So they got everyone all bearish and, holding on their bearish ideas. And then they just liquidity grabbed them.
Fatality.
They don't have a bias to a direction. They will eat whatever liquidity they want on either side. Back above the point of control and the 50 SMA on the 16 bar. Still bearish on the 32. Basically a bunch of sidebars going sideways. And do we go lower some more after grabbing? We didn't really grab so much buy side though. We kind of got a bunch of sells up here. Some buys here and that stop out. They're hesitating on the sell side right here. Your break even in this 2 hours. You took 800 contracts back in that surge up. Let's make sure we're flat because sometimes the copy trader is dumb. By the way, all the affiliate links, you got Apex 90% off sale. Please use the link in my description. 90% off, coupon code SAVE90. Also, if you're looking to link up accounts with Replikanto, it's pretty good, but please have consistency when you do that so you don't blow them all at once. And I recommend micros of all things. They're the most easygoing, let's say. And we're back above the cloud. On the 1 minute. And just like that, we shifted it. May I ask who's still watching? Coming back possibly to this cloud kiss idea, and then you could get that sauce for this thing. Back into a fair value gap and go. You never know. Wait a minute, why is it doing that? Is this a shallow retrace? Are you gonna get shallow on me? I hate when it does those shallow ones because nobody wants to take the shallow. You're gonna do that shallow bounce? Are you doing the shallow tonight? You might be doing the shallow, aren't you? You son of a gun. You're not even going back to equilibrium. You're gonna do a shallow bounce on me? Oh, they're inducing some longs. I see. They needed more money to take it lower. Too many shorts over in this region, so they had to like. Okay. At least if I'm like, you know, what is the word? If I'm not streaming, then I could be like working on this too. You know what I mean? I could be like talking about how these guru guys have no clue about the liquidity, so they just like keep redrawing their trend lines, which are fake, and then they don't see all this liquidity down below. That's kind of the idea that and then I want to make it in tight tidbits that shock the senses and get in and get out. No 20-minute videos, just 1 minute chocked full of information you can loop and let it sit and percolate in your brain. The 3 pillars, and pattern is not one of them. You don't need patterns. It's doing a 382 bounce, isn't it? Just doing that 382, man. I hate when it does the 382. I don't like taking the 382. You're buying at a premium, but it's gonna pay. That's why I took it. It might just be the stochastic pop though. Do they follow through? They do. They didn't want to give anyone the benefit of the doubt, so only the risky players got paid, and we got paid on that one. Boy. All right. Well, that wicked us out right there. Just in the nick of time. 500. Oh, and they came back to that high zone. So let's go see what we were seeing on the liquidity, on the momentum. The momentum, the math, and the liquidity. Wait, what? That's not right. That's not the one I wanted at all. I did a copy link and it didn't do the link. Sometimes TradingView is glitchy like that. You hit give me the link and it doesn't give you the link. It gives you an old link. There we go. Ah. Bulinox also doing a discount sale. 90% off for that is here. MTL90. Renier's code. That was a nice little pop. That was a nice little pop, if I do say so myself, Papa. So, did this come back to a fair value gap that we didn't see on here for that continuation to the downside as we are doing a cloud kiss of that 4 minute? I don't know. Let's go into a singular chart, get out of the oscillator, turn off our heads up display and look for some fair value gaps here. We had one. Basically up in here and up in here. This entire region is a fair value gap. Let's see if I'm correct. Watch this. Oop. Oh, okay, nice. If you don't know how to do fair value gaps, there is a free indicator for it. Fractal break imbalance, fair value gap, liquidity void. You can check it out in this region. Whoa, I wanted to do this, my friend. Looks like we could be aiming up into 732. Remember, we got a settlement line that I talked about, so we could be coming back to 846. I would not be surprised at all if we went all the way back up to 846 to test that settlement line. I wanted to have like a runner, but they just keep doing the wickage. It's just, they don't want to have people with just, that's what the whole fair value gap is about. They don't want people that are in profit to just stay in profit. So even if they're bearish, they'll go up and stop them out, like this dragon here on my framework. So they'll go up to here and they'll go up to the liquidity void, fill it in, and boom, continue. The dragon. You're getting that cloud kiss sauce right here. Cloud kiss, man. Be gentle. Let's go. Rip it. Yeah. to the upside, my friends. Today is a good day. We are up $600 across many accounts. So they chopped up everyone, got them to miss out on these easy moves because they over leveraged themselves and stuff in here. We caught it all throughout though. We had 10 trades and I think only one full stop hit us. 10 or 11, I might have missed one. No, don't go down. Too many buys entering here. The buy stops hit. Just keep ripping it. Just give me the 100 ticks, my friend. Those are the shorts getting squeezed, by the way. Yes. Shorts get squeezed and we are up in profito. All right. Stop me out again with their dag nabbit wickage. But 675 across the multiple accounts. I think we are good to wipe our hands clean of it. Maybe we can do a trade or two on the top step if we are ready to do it, if we didn't already miss out on something. Top step account selected here. Budget. It would have been nice to take it off that cloud bounce. Now there's really no trade per se, but so these were longs that entered here at 674 and they're taking them for a ride. Those were shorts stopped out, most likely all of this. So they're coming back to ascertain how many of these. And then those are new shorts that entered right there for 660. Some more just entered here. And they hesitate off it. They're hesitating off those shorts. Whoops. I just meant to click that it's okay to take that. I didn't want to actually take the trade just yet. This is like a minis horse account, so it's just a free eval from Top Step, so I'm just playing around with it. Let's go see what the trend dots dragged in. hoping for this recovery of that. No. We can give it back. Rip. Well, that's the end of that account for the day. Oh well. Just a little free eval. Should have taken it a little bit seriously, but we've got 1300 yesterday, so should have waited for more confluence. There was no real reason to take that trade other than another cloud bounce on the 32nd, but the 1 minute is still beckoning here. See, that's what happens when you're not patient. But that wasn't a PA, that's just a practice account, so whatever. Minis are not forgiving at all. They are really not. Seven minutes for the candle close. And you have this larger structure to contend with now that you could be kind of coming back into in a manner, and then possibly ripping up into this stuff and beyond. Who knows? Back to the settlement line. Goes down to go up and goes up to go down. And we essentially saw this bottom idea form. They hit the lower low idea, bounced off the liquidity there. Undertaker style. Oops. Ding, ding, dong, dong. Oh yeah. Retrace back into the golden pocket. 5 minutes until the hourly candle close. Pockets. Wow. I lost my captivated audience. That's a lot of cells there. Yummy. I mean, that looks pretty juicy for continuation, if I do say so myself. Getting the money stack off the golden pocket here. Do we get a little bit of a bounce idea off the 618? Points went all the way to the 706 this time. Do you go deeper into the 786? Well, ladies and gents, we approach the end of the week and the end of this live session. We had about 11 or 12 trades. The last one, the top step one, was terrible, but the other linked up accounts were great for the day. Over $600 across them. Minis are very powerful, definitely dangerous if they work against you. They're not very forgiving. I recommend starting on micros if you ever consider it. Coming into the deeper retrace zones now, so we'll switch to deep mode. Deep is going deep. Point of control at this region too. It's anyone's guess at this point, but we could see a reaction off of that 786 at the 612 region if it deep retraces into that region and starts to get a little bit of a reaction. 4-minute cloud starting to curve in a manner here. You could get an ABC to the upside. The hourly angle and that settlement line could be inbound. Let's just see what it does at this point of control, shall we? We'll give you a little bit of a minute or two to watch this price action in action. They went into 2,000 contracts here. Okay. All right. I'd like to see it bounce further. Alright, ladies and gents, that was the last trade of the day for me. Win or lose, I'll set it to break even so it's not a loser. So it's a winner, and we'll end on that note. 12 trades or so for the night. I believe about 10 or 9 were correct. Pretty good ratio if I do say so myself. The P&L also enjoying it. Proof is in the pudding. Here you go. $700 across multiple accounts. The other one doesn't really count because I don't care about it. I should, but thank you for coming on into the live, and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in each and every day, and we'll do the same, bringing the fire, the accuracy, the precision, and all that fun stuff, and we'll